Hello everyone and welcome to my weekend away to Sweden. I took myself on a short solo trip to Stockholm, and whilst I didn't film my normal style travel video content, I did manage to pull this random vlog together. If you enjoy it, please do consider subscribing and check out my other better travel videos. During my time in Stockholm, I stayed at Hotel Bema, which is about a 12-minute walk from the central station. I stayed in room 12, which is a single room, and to be honest, I got what I paid for. It was one of the cheapest hotels, and you can tell. I have made it to my hotel, and to be fair, it was like the cheapest hotel. And it shows. So I booked a single room. I was kind of hoping I'd get an upgrade. I did not. But I'm going to show you this very tiny room that I have booked. So here's the entrance room. I'm in room 12. You do get a little bit of storage space and an iron and an ironing board, which is good. Through here is the bathroom. Pretty standard. Although the shower does look pretty decent. I'm going to use that because I am sweaty. And then literally this is the room. You do get a little mini fridge. There's a small desk and a TV, and this one does look out into a nice little courtyard. Right, I'm gonna have a shower. This is my tiny hotel room, and then we can go explore. I've freshened up, so that means we are now gonna go explore the old town, which I believe is called Gamla Stan. Gamla Stan? I'll find out. And although I could walk it, it's about a 25-minute walk from my hotel, I am actually going to take the metro because I've seen that the metro is like a work of art and I'm so excited to see it, so we're going to go to the metro. So I actually did the metro art tour on the Monday, but since I mentioned it in the clip previously, I thought I would show the clips now. This was actually by far my favourite thing I did on this trip. You can easily tap into the metro with your contactless card or phone, hop on the metro and travel around to each installation at each stop. Oh no! They're doing building work right by it! But look, it's so pretty. I started at Stadion, headed to T Central, then Radhurst, Solna Centrum, up to Akalla, and then all the way back down to Kungstra Garden. I'm so sorry if I butchered any of those, which I probably have. But I highly recommend doing this if you travel to Stockholm. Oh my god, this one even has a water feature in it. What? After strolling around Gamla Stan, I headed across the river to Ostermalms to visit two viewpoints. The first was at Monteliusvagen and the second at Skinnaviksparken. I then hopped on the number 66 bus to go to Meatballs for the People for dinner, where I had the most incredible food. They also gave me a half wine glass full of gin. The mashed potato was honestly the best I've ever had, and the meatballs were so tasty and soft. I highly recommend eating here if you're visiting Stockholm.
Good morning everyone, it is day 2 in Stockholm. So today I'm off to the ABBA Museum because you cannot come to Stockholm and not go to the ABBA Museum. Like, that's a crime. So we're doing that today. And then I do have a boat tour booked. We'll see how that goes.
I booked the first slot of the day to visit the ABBA Museum, which was at 10 AM. This is something I would not do again, as a lot of people had the same idea, so it was rather busy. The first few rooms are actually quite small, so because there was a lot of us, it was pretty cramped. At the beginning of the museum, you can scan a QR code and listen to a free audio guide on your phone as you go around, which is pretty cool, but it did mean that loads of people were slow to get through into the first room because everyone was trying to scan this QR code, and there was only one QR code on the wall. Although that was slightly annoying, seeing all the costumes and musical instruments up close was super cool, so I do highly recommend going to this, especially if you are an ABBA fan, and you can also do some karaoke too, which was fun. I booked this Archipelago boat tour before coming to Stockholm on Get Your Guide. It's a 2-hour round trip and takes you past many of the smaller islands that make up this area. Later in the clips, you'll see just how far from the main centre of Stockholm we actually got to. You can sit inside or outside. Because it was quite windy, I decided to sit inside by the window, and our tour guide gave us lots of useful information as we were passing various things. It was a nice excursion to do, however I wouldn't say it's a necessity when visiting this city, and it was a little pricey. On my final day, after I did the Metro art tour, I actually headed over to Ostermalms, which is one part of Stockholm, and I wanted to go to Saluhall, which is a food court. Now, whilst I was getting the content for this video, it looks pretty empty, but as soon as I decided to stop filming, all the locals and everyone wanted to come and get their food, so I got a bit overwhelmed. I couldn't decide where I wanted to eat, so I left. It was really busy and I just felt overwhelmed. But I couldn't leave Ostermalm before heading to Crumble Cookies. I had seen this place on TikTok and I wanted to try one of their cookies, and it did not disappoint. It was a little bit pricey for just one cookie, however it did taste amazing. I then headed back to Gamla Stan, the old town, just to have another walk around the streets and take it all in before heading to the airport and flying home. And that is the end of the video. Sorry it was this weird mashup style video. It's not the content I usually make. I didn't feel very confident to film and vlog whilst I was over in Stockholm. But I did enjoy it nonetheless, and I'm glad I was still able to manage to document something from my trip. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you are new, and check out my other travel videos because they are a lot better than this one, let me tell you. And I already have my next trip booked, and we'll see what content I make for that. Don't forget to also follow me on Instagram. I'll have it popped up on screen here for you, and also linked in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!